Project bid October of 2024, and then we were substantially complete by November of 2025. Original contract amount was $3.9 million, and we're going to finish in around $3.2, $3.3 million.
This project involved demolishing the old structure and replacing with a pre-stressed box beam bridge. The project was scheduled to endure about 120 days, and through that time, the village and businesses were incredibly impacted because of our closure. State Route 120 and 64 is a main vein between the east and west here, and major traffic coming out of Michigan as well.
The original design was a 3-span box culvert with really deep footers, a lot of sheeting, kind of a difficult sheeting design. It was a little different because there was a poured deck on top with approach slabs that tied into the end of the 3-span box, which is just a very difficult design. We didn't have any idea of VECP during bid. We had some plans to improve the shoring system. After the job bid, and we were the only bidder, and I knew there were other primes looking at it. I kind of, again, slept on it for a couple days and thought there had to be a better way to build this. And that's when we reached out to Metamora at Valcon and started, analyzing some numbers, and came to the realization that we thought there could be a significant savings.
Through the process, I really realized that this VE was most beneficial to the department, Nagel, and the community, the village of Metamora. In particular, had we done the H-piling, we could have done a lot of damage to the existing structures around our bridge. Had we not moved forward with this VE based on some existing deficiencies with the original design, we possibly could have delayed this project another year or two. So this VE, in a sense, allowed us to realize some of our deficiencies, and there was a design that was ready to go, and we were able to move forward and keep the schedule going.
The original plans called for pile driving, and obviously with this close to all the old buildings in town, could cause a lot of damage.
There's 100-year-old buildings all within 60 feet of the structure. So if we would have installed piling, we would have cracked every mortar joint in every building around here. So we ended up going with a friction-based drilled shaft with the pure stem abutments, and then a box beam structure on top of that with a poured deck. We've built 30 or 40 of these over the years, so we were comfortable with it. The overall VECP savings is going to be a little over $1 million, which is significant on a project that's only $3.9 million total. It wouldn't have been possible if we didn't have all the support and buy-in early on from district. We started digging into hydraulics and the scour analysis from the original design, and found a handful of errors that prohibited us from completing our final design. So then we presented those to the department, and we more or less shut down for about 3 weeks. ODOT then went to the original designer of record and reevaluated some of the scour analysis and how some of the hydraulics were bound for certain criteria. So that was a very difficult process in the middle of our completing our final design. We were able to get some things done while we were going through the whole VECP process. Another interesting fact on the early end of this project is that the waterway permit actually expired the day the project bid. Typically, you review these waterway permits and they're good 3 or 4 years past the completion date. And this actually expired the day of the bid.
The waterway permit expiring was a challenge. However, we put our heads together, we got through it.
We ended up developing our TAF plan and then submitting it to Hans, and then we more or less worked backwards through the waterway permit and revised the waterway permit based on our TAF plan, which is completely backwards to how you would normally go about something of this such.
That process was tough, but with the help of central office and the environmental team, we got everything we needed to move this project forward. We anticipated some impacts on the community here through the closure. Through my management and Vernon Nagel, we scheduled meetings with the village and business owners, letting them know of schedule and how they would be impacted by the closure. That started the open line of communication.
There was a building that was to be demoed as part of an ODOT project, which is something that you typically don't see incorporated with a bridge as well. Typically they would sell those contracts separately, and then we would come in and build the structure. Pretty significant demo plan, taking account the older structure and everything around it.
The demo process of Mike's garage, we needed to be very strategic about that. We didn't want to damage any more of their building, and simultaneously they had an operation that they had to keep going. They're a full-scale mechanics garage, and they needed space for their tools, space for parking, and we tried to accommodate to all that.
They made us feel all along that they were gonna do whatever we wanted to make it work.
Whatever occurred, whatever we needed, I felt like ODOT was more than fair
Yeah.
and honest with us. And if they couldn't do it at that moment, they would tell us, I'll get you an answer or I'll get back to you. And they did. And it wasn't like days later or weeks later. It was a lot of times just, a few hours. So it means a lot.
We had a good reaction with local businesses here, Mike's Garage and DM Creations, and I'd let them know what was going on, and if they had any issues, we took care of them right away, Alex and myself.
The project was basically right outside my door for 4 months. Vernon Nagel guys were very easy to work with. They even offered to carry in my packages every day because UPS could not make it in front of my truck to make my deliveries. I think ODOT and Nagel put together a great team. The guys were seriously easy to work with, very accommodating.
I think we had a really good communication with everybody, ODOT, the town, and everybody involved in this project. I feel really good about this project.
Partnering can be very beneficial, not just to ODOT, but to the community. You never know what challenges might come up, and it pays and it's rewarding to see how you can overcome these challenges if you partner and team with the community.
One thing that made this project successful is just Alex and his team. Biggest thing is just communication. I think his team was fantastic with communicating. Amar with Valcon, we had a great communication. Overall, just good buy-in throughout. We all just wanted to work together and have a successful project, and I think that's what we ended up having.